And we are very pleased to have with us on the program right now. You watch him on YouTube. He lives right here in Milwaukee. Aaargo. Jay, how are you, man?
Absolutely, I'm great. Thanks for having me, my friend.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
So what is, I'll ask you the same thing I asked Jen Jakes, who's also from Wisconsin. What is it like to have, what does it mean to have NRA Carry Guard Expo here in your hometown?
Huge. It is huge. I was just talking about it. Like, you know, I travel all over the country to the conventions, you know, and SHOT Show and things like that. And just the atmosphere alone is just breathtaking and overwhelming. But to have it here in the city, it means a lot. I mean, it's huge. You know, we're a gun-tolerant state, and we're definitely in a city that's in need of concealed carry and things like that. Milwaukee is one of the more violent cities, unfortunately, in the country. And there's a definite need and awareness needs to be made, you know, about concealed carry and what your rights are and what sort of things you need to be a responsible citizen, like the Carry Guard insurance line and things like that. And it's great. You know, people are going to get the information, and it's just absolutely wonderful. I'm proud, and I'm glad that that the Carry Guard is here in Wisconsin.
You know,
the Expo's here.
And I mean, you describe the city, and obviously, again, violent crime. Yeah, as you say, it's bad in Milwaukee. It's going up right now.
Yeah.
But what's weird is that you've got the chief, Ed Flynn, who says it was going up because of people like you, Jay, concealed carry holders, people who are going through the process, they're getting their concealed carry license, they're getting the education and training, and they want to be legal gun owners, they want to exercise their Second Amendment rights legally, and then here's the chief of police saying, well, they're the ones responsible for the murders in this city.
Asinine. You know, how can you call yourself a public servant and blame the very people that you serve? You know, when it's not their fault at all. You know, you're placing false blame on a group of innocent people, you know, and you can't do that. You can't do that because you're not effectively doing your job. And I don't care. I mean, that's a direct shot. But if you were doing your job, you wouldn't have to place blame on innocent people and law-abiding citizens. There's no way that me, you, or anybody else in the city of Milwaukee or the state of Wisconsin who is a legally armed citizen is contributing to crime. Okay, these are totally unwarranted, unsubstantiated facts. Okay, there's no meat to them at all. You know, it's just his feeling because he doesn't want citizens carrying, because in his eyes, it's making his job harder instead of actually doing what he's supposed to do as the police chief.
It'll be interesting to see if next week, maybe next Monday, if any reporter asks Chief Flynn, okay, so Chief, you said there was concealed carry holders who were driving the violent crime in Milwaukee. Well, we just had the Carry Guard Expo. There were, I don't know how many thousands of concealed carry holders here.
Absolutely.
And none of them caused any problems. You know, what's going on, Chief?
You know, I'd love to see that happen, but unfortunately, I think you know, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, but I do believe that the media, especially the media here in the city of Milwaukee, is left-based.
Okay.
And a lot of it won't happen. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't fit the agenda of what's going on.
Right.
You know, it doesn't fit what they want to project. You know, the image that they want to project is the opposite of what's actually happening and what the reality is. The reality is this is probably the safest place you could be right now.
Yeah.
This is probably the best place to be in the city right now. And I guarantee you, if, God forbid, there is ever some situation where a legal citizen has to take up arms and protect themselves, that's just going to be fodder for his cannons. You know what I mean? It's just gonna make him say, "Oh, you know what? That's what I was talking about." You know, but that's somebody that put us into a situation where we ultimately had to make that decision. You know, and nobody wants to go there. You know, everybody that I know carries a gun, but they don't want to use their guns.
Absolutely.
You know, they never want to use their guns. I hope I never have to pull my gun out except at the range.
Who wakes up in the morning and thinks, boy, I hope today's the day that my life's in danger and I get to, you know, use my gun in self-defense?
Absolutely. And here's the flip side of that. People, you don't really talk about this. If that situation does come up, there's no guarantee that I'm going to win. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do everything in my power to prevent myself from being put in that situation. You know, when I started carrying a firearm, my attitude changed. You know, I stopped going certain places that I knew could potentially lead to, you know, problematic situations or whatnot. I became more aware of what was going on around me, you know, and you become a more responsible person overall when you begin to carry a firearm. So the idea or ideal that concealed carry holders or legal citizens who are armed are the problem is just BS. It's just total BS.
So for folks who haven't seen your YouTube videos, what do you focus on
I do a little bit of everything, man. You know, when I started YouTube, I started watching Coleon Noir.
Okay.
Okay. He's younger than I am, and even though I'm much better looking, he was an inspiration to me, and you know, like my priest told me, and I used that. I said, in order to be an inspiration, you have to be inspired, and he did inspire me. And I had a situation that happened to me where I had to arm myself to protect my family. It's in one of my videos. If that can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. And I feel like if that can happen to anyone, they need to know that, hey, you're not wrong for using your weapon to protect your family or to protect your home or to protect what you work so hard to gain in life. Mm-hmm. And like we were just talking, that doesn't mean, you know, material things. You know, this car is $100,000 and I dare you touch it or I'm going to shoot. You know, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the peace of mind. I work hard to make sure that when my kids go to bed at night, they don't have to worry. They don't have to worry about people coming in the house or being put in a situation where their life is in jeopardy. Yeah. My kids sleep soundly at night. And they know that. And they know that because daddy's going to protect them. And mommy's going to protect them. Yep. Because mommy carries too. So mommy definitely carries too. Now, you know, she was totally anti-gun before. But, you know, after a while, you know, she began to see the light, you know, and to see that it wasn't as demonic as it's been made.
And again, you know, there's so many. I think if you don't own guns, you've never been around guns. There's, you know, look, a lot of the cultural cues tell you you shouldn't like guns. Guns are bad. Guns are bad. But you know, I was talking about this last hour with Ronnie Zell from Chicago Guns Matter. Like when I met my wife, she was a single mom of 2 in Camden, New Jersey, and this was back in the mid-'90s. It was the murder capital of the United States, right?
That's right.
So when she moved with her kids to Oklahoma, all of a sudden now this was an option for her to be able to protect her kids. And, you know, that was, it wasn't an immediate like light switch went on. All of a sudden, you know, she's running out and buying guns, but it was, wait, I could do this? Like, this is something that I could do? Well, I'm not comfortable with it myself, but I'm okay with other people having it. And gradually over the years, it was like, okay, no, actually, I am comfortable with me carrying. I am comfortable with me being able to protect myself and my kids. And you talk about that peace of mind. I mean, the helpless feeling of some stranger shooting outside of your door and you're huddled on the floor with your kids in the middle of the night and you've got nothing to protect yourself. You've got nothing to protect your babies.
I can't even imagine.
In a city which has, in a state which has great gun control laws, you know, who was helpless, who was defenseless, who was left harmed by those gun control laws? Well, it wasn't the stranger outside who was drunk shooting at the wrong door, by the way. Not that there was a right door to go shoot at, but you know, I mean, like, it was the good people in those bad neighborhoods who were the most impacted by those gun control laws.
Absolutely. There was a video that came out in Chicago a couple of years ago. You probably saw this. There was an off-duty police officer pumping gas at a gas station. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
And 2 guys came up to rob him, and he drew his weapon from concealment, and he took out the bad guys. That's only... That's a right that's only afforded to law enforcement in Cook County. You know, if he had been a regular guy, he'd have died that day. You know, had he been a regular Joe, you or I, he would have died that day because he wouldn't have been able to carry a firearm. You know, and that's asinine. Bad guys don't care. Bad guys don't care about laws. They don't care about police being around the corner or in their face. I watched a video the other day. A cop was just trying to stop a guy on the street just to talk to him, and he pulled the gun and shot the guy in the neck, shot the cop in the neck. I mean, it's ridiculous. Bad guys don't care. Bottom line, I don't care what you ask or what you say. They don't care about anything. They don't care about life. They don't care about themselves. They damn sure don't care about you or I or our children. And all they want is what they want. And it's up to us to protect ourselves and our loved ones from them. So, you know, and that's our God-given right. That's a God-given right that every living thing has. You know, like I talk to I'm a teacher by trade, and I talk to my students about that all the time. You know, you have to protect yourself in a different aspect, of course, not firearms, but you have to protect yourself. Everything, every animal, every plant will protect itself to the best of its ability, okay? We have that right too, okay? And as an adult, I'm going to take that right and I'm going to make sure that me and mine are safe and okay.
I wish I had had you as a teacher. I would be so much better than a C+ student. I would have learned so much more. That's fantastic, though. That is beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, are you going to be obviously been able to walk around a little bit here? But I mean, have you been out there to the big board and figured out what seminars you're going to be attending this weekend?
I have not. I haven't. I'm kind of winging it because I'm just so excited that the Carry Guard is actually here in Milwaukee, and for it to be the first Carry Guard Expo, I think that it is absolutely fantastic for the first few hours that we've been here. Excuse me. I've been, like I said, I go to the annual meetings, I go to SHOT Show or whatnot, and it's just such a chaotic mess of things at most times. But here, there's a level of organization, and the fact that Milwaukee's a smaller city lets you see more of what people have to offer and what the vendors came for, the training classes, the seminars, the trainers that are here. I mean, there's some excellent trainers here. There's an excellent knowledge base in this facility that you can pull from. I mean, I don't care what your niche is or what you're looking to learn or what you're learning to pick up or sharpen up on. There's somebody here that can help you with that.
Yep.
This is a great, great resource, and I'm absolutely thrilled that it's here in Wisconsin.
So what are you interested in learning about? I mean, obviously, again, education and training, this is a continual process. You never stop learning.
Never stop.
No, so what are you interested in right now? Like, what's really got you going?
I just want to become the best shooter that I can be. Not because I'm training to be an assassin, but because I'm training to be proficient in this trade that I've picked up. Okay, and I think Noir said it best. We have to start looking at shooting as an art form because there's so much work that goes behind becoming a proficient shooter. Okay, and becoming an accurate and good shooter. There's a lot of work that goes into it. The same way that people go to art school and study art history. The same way we study, firearms history, and we take training classes and we go, to certain extremes to make ourselves, as sharp as we can be. And I think that's my goal. My goal is to be the best I can be, learn as much as I can, and share it with other people.